Hello 506 students, I am Moo-Hyun, your 506 class TA, and I will post a series of SPSS exercise videos so that you can understand how to use SPSS software for your quantitative analysis. For those of you using a statistics tool for the first time, SPSS may seem quite complicated, but don't worry about it. If you follow the exercise videos step by step, you will realize that SPSS is just an easy tool for calculating statistical formulas with very little effort. And this video covers the exercise 1. In this exercise, I will firstly let you know how to enter data, and then we will run basic descriptive statistics with the data we will enter. Before starting, let's assume your data. You can find the data we're going to input in your exercise 1 document, but I will visualize data for your understanding. So let's assume that you have 10 participants in your study. Among those 10 participants, 5 are in a treatment intervention, and the other 5 get services as usual. You gather data by interviewing them at pre-test and post-test. And pre-test here means that you test your study participants before the treatment intervention, and post-test means that you test them again after the treatment intervention. I do not specify what you test, so it can be any test score or outcomes you would like to assume, such as life satisfaction score, self-esteem scale, academic grades, and so on. Anyway, these are the assumed data you collect from pre-test and post-test. And in the data, these are 5 variables in each column. So if you see the first column, Inter ID means interview identification number for each participant. And for the second column, it's age, which means just age. And for the third and fourth columns, these are pre and post-test scores. And for the fifth column, this refers to whether a participant is in a treatment group or not. So for example, if Tx is 1, that means the participant is in the treatment group, and if Tx is 0, that means the participant is not in the treatment group. And each row shows you information of a study participant. For example, the participant with ID number 1 is age of 22, and the participant scored 2 in pre-test and scored 4 in post-test, and the participant was in the treatment group. Now, with these data, let's find out how to input the data in SPSS. So, if you start the SPSS, where it is, yeah, here it is. So yeah, if you start the SPSS, this is what it looks like in the first place. From this initial window, SPSS asks us, what would you like to do? And because you would like to input your data, choose Type in Data and click OK. Now, you are able to input your data in SPSS. When you use SPSS, there are 2 layers of your data information. One is data view here, and in the data view, you can input and read your actual data values. And the other layer is the variable view tab. In the variable view, you can input and read your variable characteristics. So this may sound confusing if you are new to quantitative data structure, but you will understand it easily as we exercise more and more with SPSS. So please don't be afraid even if you get confused for now. Anyway, the first thing you need to do when you input your data is to type your variable names in the variable view. So click the variable view tab at the bottom here and type all your variable names under the name column. So under the name column, just click the cell here and type your first variable name, which is enter ID. And hit enter. Boom! SPSS automatically fill out some other characteristic cells for your enter ID variable. I will cover these other cells in later exercises, but not today, because today's exercise is just for warming up. So let's just type all the other variable names following the enter ID. Click the cell here and type age and hit enter. And click the cell here and type pretest and hit enter. And click the cell here, type post-test and hit enter. And click the cell here and type tx and hit enter. Eventually, we have all the 5 variable names in the variable view. And now, let's go into the data view. If you want to go to the data view, click the data view tab at the bottom here. And now you can see all the variable names here. Can you see these 5 variables? And all you need to do is just fill out the cells based on your data. When you fill out the data, you just click the cell you want to fill out and type the value and hit the enter. And type your value. You can hit the enter or you can hit the arrow buttons as well. So I will hit the downward arrow button now. So in order to fill out these values, you can use enter key or arrow keys, whatever you feel comfortable. And for age, 22, 28. Okay, I'm done. So when you finish the data entry, let's try to save the data you just created. When you manually input your data, always save your newly created data file first before you run analysis. This habit prevents you corrupting or losing your data by accident. So in order to save your data, click File tab on the top menu bars and go to Save As and click it. And type the file name you would like to go by. I will type my name underscore and number. So it's like Moo, the first data set. And then you need to confirm which file type you would like to go by. And I recommend you choose .sav file format, which is SPSS data file. And then lastly, choose the location to save the data file in your computer. So maybe you have many different folders in your computer, but I will save my file in the document folder. So after you name your data file, choose .sav file format and set the location to save. You are good to click the save button here. So click save. Yay! We just finished data input and data saving. And interestingly, we have a new window that is called output. The output window pops up when you make some important things with your data. In other words, this output window shows what you have done with your data. For now, let's just minimize the output window because this window will pop up again right after we run descriptive analysis. So eventually, now is the time to run descriptive analysis. For the descriptive analysis, let's go to the top menus and go to Analyze, click Analyze, and then go to Descriptive Statistics and click Descriptive. Now you have a new window. So in the left box, you have a list of your variables. Among these variables, you need to choose which variables will be used for descriptive analysis. And let's choose all the variables except the inter-ID variable, just for fun. So when you choose variables to run an analysis, you need to click a variable and then click the right-headed arrow here. Boom! You can see the age variable moved to the right box from the left one. If a variable is in the right box, that means you chose the variable to run an analysis. Now, I will do the same thing for the other variables as well. So pretest, posttest, treatment, ID. Oh, I made a mistake. I did not want to include inter-ID variable in my descriptive analysis. What would I do? Well, just click the wrongly chosen inter-ID variable in the right box, and then click the left-headed arrow button here. It'll get back to the left box. So easy, right? Now we are successfully chose 4 variables to run descriptive analysis. Let's run this by hitting the OK button here. Boom! The output window pops up again, as I said. And your descriptive analysis results are here. The column N here means the number of cases used for running the descriptive analysis for each variable. You also have columns of minimum and maximum values here, mean and standard deviation as well. So yay, we got a lot of analysis results today. And for the last step, let's save the analysis results in the output window. This is pretty much the same as we saved the data file. So from this output window, click File, and then click Save As, and rename the file. I will type Moo_1_output1, and then you need to choose the file format just below the file name as .spv file. And actually you don't have any other options if you're later version than SPSS 16. But if you are using an older version of SPSS, you may have other output file formats such as .lso or .spo. So choose whatever file type options you have. And finally, choose the location to save the output file. And I'm going to choose document folder as I did for the data file as well. And then hit the save button here. So now I think we are almost done for today. Just close output window here, and also close the data window. If you're gonna leave SPSS software, just hit yes. And this is the last window before leaving SPSS. Because I've already saved my dataset, I'm not gonna save. But if you did not save it, you need to hit yes. But because I already saved it, I'm gonna hit no here. Okay, this is the end of exercise 1, and I will see you soon for the exercise 2. Bye-bye.